I hope you were enjoying your summer, whether you're working or studying for the MCAT or just applying to medical school. Make sure you take the time to enjoy things that make you happy. I'm actually about to head to a cookout as soon as I shoot the video. But just a bit about myself. I was born and raised in the Washington, D.C. area. I went to Towson University for undergrad and then did a graduate program at Georgetown University. Finally, after 2 application cycles, I got accepted into PCOM and I just finished my first year. Trust me when I say it feels so good to not have to wake up every day, go to class, and study. I can finally relax and not feel guilty about it. But I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, well, how was first year? Like, was it tough? Did you have a social life? How were you able to balance? And we'll get to all of that. But before we get to that, I just wanted to tell you guys about my school. I go to an osteopathic medical school, and we actually have trimesters instead of semesters. First trimester, we started out with anatomy, histology, embryology, and radiology. We were in class for 2 to 3 hours a day, and then we would be in the anatomy lab for about 3 hours a day. And then on top of that, I would have to go home and study for about 5 hours a day. So yes, they were long days, long grueling days, but overall it was definitely manageable. Second semester, we started learning cell and molecular bio, biochemistry, pharmacology, a bit of microbiology, a bit of immunology, and some cancer genetics towards the end. And this block was actually better for me because it was more conceptual based learning, more concept, more theory, instead of just looking at pictures and memorizing information. I'm a visual learner, but at the same time, I still appreciate theory and concepts. The last trimester, we moved on to systems. We started with cardio, then did renal, then pulm, and that by far was the worst trimester for me. It was just so much information. I was starting to get tired. I was ready for summer break. I remember our first cardio exam, we had 54 lectures on the exam. To this day, I don't even know how I retained all of that information, but glad we moved past that. Initially, I was excited because I was like, yay, we get to systems. Finally, we're learning the application side of medicine, not just the basic sciences portion. But it's definitely a different transition between the two. Like, you have to switch up your approach to studying. What worked for me first and second trimester did not work for me third semester. So it took a while for me to get into the swing of things, and finally by the time we got to renal and pulm, I was good. I understood how to study, how to learn the information and retain it for the exam and do well. So I finished the course strong, finished the year strong. Overall, I would say it was definitely a good year. There were some ups and there were some downs, but I had a really good year. I was active in my school. I was able to go on several different medical education conferences, had a great spring break in Brazil, so it was a good year. If I had to do it all over again and I had to give myself advice, I would definitely say make sure you stay on top of the material. Like, you can't think that, just because you have an exam on Tuesday, oh, you can take Wednesday and Thursday off to relax. You have to stay on top of the material. Medical school, the information that you're learning in medical school isn't so complex and abstract that only a few people can learn the information. Like, it's definitely digestible. You just have to have, a really great work ethic and self-discipline to be able to learn the amount of material in a short period of time. Like, I would say in 2 weeks, I learned triple the amount of information that I would have learned in a semester of college or even graduate school. So it's just so much information, but, it's manageable. It's doable. The other tip I would say is to make sure you're able to be balanced. I did a lot first year for whatever reason. I don't know. I just felt like I had to keep up my resume, make sure, I'm doing everything to make sure my application for residency in the future looks good. I was in student council. I was a mentor for 2 different programs. I was the community service chair for the Student National Medical Association at our school. I did a lot. Second year, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to focus more on school, possibly getting involved in some research and just making sure I'm prepared for boards. But overall, had a good first year. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad I can relax for the summer and enjoy my time and just get ready and preparation for second year. I'm definitely going to go over some things that I may not have solidified first year, just to make sure that I'm going to be on top of everything in second year and that I do well. Thanks so much for listening.